Jump! Jump now! Get it out! Just do it!
A lot of people seem to think that next year maybe is your team's year in the OAC. You guys could probably win it this year from what you and when you guys are playing well. So just kind of talk about how you guys think this year is your year.
Yeah, we came into it. Our whole mentality is why not us? Why not? We want to make sure we don't get outworked. And I think that everybody's saying that next year is kind of the year where I think this is our year. If we can get in, I think we can win it. I really do.
That's a change in possession. That's a change in possession right there in a one-goal game. Got to do the little things.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And up! Discipline wins games. Get your head up so we can see where we're going.
10.
Our first game of the year was what we expected. It was a little sloppy, and our timing was way off, and we were able to kind of settle down. And then the second one, against Kenyon was huge. That was the first time our program has ever had a team effort where, I call it the bench effort, where our sidelines was just amped the entire game. They were completely in it, and it was we were down 5-2 at one point in the third quarter, and they battled all the way back, and we were able to win it in overtime. So that was huge. We were able to kind of grind that out. We were able to win that one with some toughness and some guys making some big plays. Very proud of the guys to beat Kenyon. That's a quality team. The NCAC's having a great year. Denison's third in the country. Ohio Wesleyan just beat the #1 team in the country, and Kenyon's third in that conference. So for us to get that win early on and was a big step for our program overall, because last year I think we won all the games we were supposed to, and we didn't win any games that we weren't supposed to, if that makes sense. And I think Kenyon was our first time in program history winning a game that people said we shouldn't have won. And then after that, we beat Washington and Jefferson the way we should have, and did a good job with that. It's always interesting as a coach, how's your team going to respond after a big win? And we were able to respond well and did what we were supposed to do. And then the McDaniel game was our first trip on the road. That was a big one. And we didn't do what we were supposed to do. We beat ourselves. They were a good team. We got to tip our cats to them. But, that was one we'd love to have back. And then we were able to follow that up with an Immaculata win where I think the guys were focused and realized we had let one get away the previous game, and came out really determined, and we were able to jump on those guys early, and it was excellent because we've been able to get a lot of guys some playing time this year.
As a third-year program, we've always been kind of on that hump of being great, and I think a lot of guys put in a lot of work during the off-season, and our second game in, we played a very tough Kenyon team, and when we won in OT, it kind of clicked to everybody that even though we're just a young program, that doesn't mean we can't play with the best of them. So now I think everybody's kind of brought up the pressure and realized that we can play with an established program.
As I look back at the development of the men's lacrosse program, I think it's just been a fantastic success. And as I say fantastic success, if you ask anybody on the staff of the lacrosse programs, they're still hungry, so they're not sitting there resting on the laurels of fantastic success.
All right? We beat Kenyon because we do these one-goal games all the time. Because we condition all the time. We were in better shape. Our defense was a little stronger late in the game, and our offense, we came at them in waves. It's not going to be that way Saturday. They played the same amount of guys we have, and they played probably a tougher schedule. We have got to be smart and do these little things. And when you do it, you're a damn good team. I promise you that.
We want to get into the top 4 of the conference playoffs. That's the one goal that we're trying to get, and I think the guys know it and they want that as well, because I also think this group is young and they're inexperienced. So once they get into the playoffs and they look to their left and their right and hey, we belong here, that's when it gets real for us. That's when it gets exciting because they have the talent. I tell them that all the time. They have the ability. We just haven't quite won the games we're not supposed to win yet. If you look at our program, that's how it's evolved. Year 1, we lost a couple games we probably shouldn't have, but we were young. Last year, we won every game we were supposed to, but we didn't win a game that we weren't supposed to. And then this year, I think some people are going to probably pick us at the same spot, 5th place in the league. But Coach Campoli, I think, won a national championship, picked 6th in the OAC preseason rank, won a national championship. So, his message to us a couple years last year was still sticks with us today. Don't let anybody tell you how good you can be, and that's what we're talking all the time about in our locker room.
I think that since I got here, we were just freshmen and sophomores, and just a whole year of being able to grow and get bigger, like in the weight room or just on the field, and being able to practice and get more skill, that's really helped out. And just like big jumps, and I think we're going to continue to do that all the way through our season because we're still young and still have plenty of room to improve. I think we're really playing hard, defense, offense, and communicating well. There's obviously things you can improve on, but I think that we're leaps and bounds ahead of where we were last year at this time.
You're entering year 3,
Yep.
And these kids are growing up.
Mm-hmm.
These kids are juniors now. You start out with.
Yeah, it's nice to finally take some young men and actually play against young men. That freshman year when we were all freshmen and you're going against teams with juniors and seniors, there's physically a difference, and it's good to finally be able to level that playing field, and we're certainly faster than we've ever been. So we're getting closer to the style of play that I envisioned when I took this job. We've challenged the kids in terms of being better students of the game to get their IQ up, so we're asking some higher level questions for them, putting in some things that we've never put in before because they can handle that. They've got a lot of experience. The biggest challenge is to try to take some risks. Year 1 and 2, when you build the program, you're just so possessed of the ball, don't turn it over. And now we've gotten into this mode where we're just better, and we're still playing that way. We kind of want to turn the boys loose a little bit here, and I envision the game to be played the way the natives and the creator wanted it played, and fast pace, and a lot of shots, and exciting lacrosse. I guess if I equated it to basketball, it'd be a team that likes to put a lot of pressure up on defense, 3-court traps, press, things like that. That's how we want to play. So we're asking them to take some more risks and take some more chances, which can be, it's that next level of learning, because now they have to learn when to take the risk and when not to take the risk, which is good. It shows maturation process of the team.
Here we go, down. Get up, down. Good swap.
I think the people in the conference and in the lacrosse world are taking notice of our program. No one's giving us anything. I think we have to earn our way to the place that our conference would select us preseason to win the conference. But I would say you go into the locker room and ask our athletes what do they expect. I think they expect to win the conference. And I would hope they would expect that.
Yeah, these next 2 weeks, we have a huge opportunity against Alfred University Saturday. They're very good. I think they're 5-1 right now. They lost to a SUNY Brockport team that's very good, and they played in a tough conference. So we're really excited to try to get a win over a solid Empire 8 team. They're going to be tough. We haven't seen anybody like them. They've got probably one of the best attackmen that will play all year. Period. That their attackman's got a chance to be an All-American. So that'll be a great contest. We just want to continue to work hard and get better. Shore up our mistakes and errors, and use that game in the Beloit game. Beloit tied for their regular season conference championship last year with Aurora, who went to the NCAA tournament. So these are 2 big challenges for us, and we want to make sure that we kind of sharpen our offensive sets, get the timing down a little bit better, keep our skill level up, and then defensively we have to get healthier again and continue to, that's kind of our backbone of our team, continue to put the clamps on people. The league is competitive, and, we now have the confidence and know that we can win games that we're, not favored to win, and we know what that takes. And I think these 2 games against Beloit and Alfred University coming up are going to help us get ready for that opener against Mount Union, which is, always tough, and it's always good and exciting to get up and play those guys. So I think we can. I think that we've got the talent and the ability to do it for sure. I think we've got the best defenseman in the league. I think we've got the best attackman in the league, and we've got some depth at midfield that a lot of people in our league haven't seen yet. So we're certainly, I think, in the mix, but we've got a lot of work to do. We were picked 4th, and I don't know if that's right. Otterbein, we haven't beaten them, and so we've got some big games. Otterbein and John Carroll, they're all big, as you know. But I think we have put ourselves in that discussion, and now we just got to go get it. Nobody's going to give it to us, as you know. So we got to work our butts off to get out there and take that.